It's a bird.
It's a plane!
It's the Loop Guys.
Hello, everybody. Now, today, Dr. Tom, I need a drum roll to get us started.
Air drum it.
Today is the 2025 Bicepathon, which is we pick a list of 16 exercises. They are going to compete against each other, and we will decide who is the best bicep exercise. Does this make sense, Dr. Tom?
It does, because it's one pump to rule them all.
Mm-hmm.
It's the number one bicep exercise. It's the one that's gonna, murder your arms and put you in jail for 20 to life.
Absolutely. Now, there's a long list. I'm not going to go over all of them. You guys are going to see it on the next screen, but we got some good ones on there. Dr. Tom, off the top of your head, do you have any in particular you think are going to be tough to beat?
Tough to beat. I could see I didn't get to take a look at the list. This is a surprise. A nice little curveball from Dr. Aaron. He's been working very hard on this one, so I'm excited about it. But I think that the preacher curls are going to be some tough ones to beat. I don't know if he's got either the curl bar, brain fart tonight.
Easy bar.
Tough judging. Easy bar, thank you. Or if he's got the dumbbells on there, but I think the preacher curl categories are going to be the tough ones to beat.
Those might both.
And he
be
compared them up next to each other. It's going to be a really tough, upsetting moment.
Well, let's get right into it, sir. And here is the big bracket. So I'll just run through them real quick. Dumbbell bicep curls, hammer curls, incline dumbbell curls, barbell curls, concentration curls, easy bar curls, dumbbell preacher curl, cable curls with rope, chin up, machine bicep curl, single arm cable curl, cable curls with the bar, easy bar preacher curl, barbell preacher curl, spider curl, and Zotman curl. So, probably should have still do that before I asked you the other question. But yeah, we're going to go one by one. We're going to say who we think wins. It's sort of just random order. It's just as I wrote them down as I thought of them. And we'll go from there. Sir,
these are all purely based on our overall gym knowledge and knowledge as physical therapists. We've got nothing else in front of us other than our brain. So let's dive on in and see what we think.
All right. I'm thinking we sort of do similar to the ranking video in that we go like sort of one at a time, what we think, and then give the rebuttal. Does that sound good to you, sir?
Yeah, I do. And, if we disagree, we can have a nice little debate action on it and decide from there where we believe that it works out best. So I agree.
Sir, how about if we disagree, we do a little competition in order to decide who wins?
What kind of competition?
I have no idea.
Rock, paper, scissors is always a good way to go. Or,
all right,
we'll debate it out, and then it goes down to rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors. If we are unable to make a decision, let's get right into it, sir. I'll let you start with dumbbell bicep curls versus the hammer curls. Two heavy hitters here.
This is but it's heavy hitters, but they're easy because if we're looking for bicep action, there's only one of these two exercises that actually hits the bicep more than the other, and that is the DB bicep curl is going to win over the hammer curl. Hammer curl, great exercise. I do it on my back and bi days also, and it's a great arm exercise, but you're going to get a little bit less of the actual bicep with it, while the bicep curl is purely in its name is going to make sure that you get the bicep. Hammer curl, you get a little bit of brachioradialis, you get a little bit of brachialis. You're not going to get the full bicep to curl up like it should. I'm saying DB bicep curls.
I can't deny it. We'll say it's a score out of 10 just for funzos, and I'm going to say the dumbbell bicep curl scores a 10 out of 10. The hammer curl, I'm going to give a measly 5. Do you think that's fair, sir? Yeah, exactly.
I think so. I can hammer curl a lot more because of the assisted muscle groups versus a dumbbell bicep curl. I think that if you're purely targeting just the bicep, which is what we're looking for, DB bicep curls all day.
Yeah, I 100% agree. It's just it isolates the bicep more. In the Bicepathon, we want to isolate a bicep. We don't want.
Yeah, we're going purely just that muscle.
Yep, we don't want a bunch of other muscles. And right on to the next one. Hammer curl is eliminated. The incline dumbbell curl versus the barbell curl. Now, we actually talked about this in our ranking video. I am not a big fan of barbell curls because my wrists, my elbows hurt. Now, that being said, incline dumbbell curl. Now, Dr. Tom, when I was thinking of this one, it was leaning back and curling on an incline.
Yeah. At
Sometimes
least
that,
a 45-degree angle.
yeah, sometimes that can be painful for me as well, depending on the shoulders. But I think when it comes down to it, I always sort of like dumbbell curls a little bit more than barbell curls because I can isolate for each arm and modify accordingly. So I think I'm going to say, like, by a very slight margin, I'm going to go with incline dumbbell curls.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And if I'm gonna give a ranking for incline dumbbell curls, I'll give them maybe an 8, and I'll give the barbell curl a 7 because it's still a good exercise. It's just dependent on the person. You know, if you have either wrist or back problems, it might not be ideal for you. Still targets the biceps, but I just think that like you agree, like you said, slight edge on the dumbbell incline.
So, sir, let me explain what I was thinking for the score. So I don't think I did very well. I'm thinking like it's a game to 10, and what do they get to out of 10? You know what I mean? Like I felt like in the last one, the dumbbell bicep curl sort of beat them pretty handily. So for this
Yeah.
one, you think it's pretty close. So maybe like a 10-9 or something like that.
Oh yeah, I would say that.
All right, I will definitely agree on that one. And we will go right into the next heated competition so far. Concentration curl
All
versus easy bar curl. What do you think, sir?
Ooh. Concentration curls are a fun one to do. We talked about this in another video where I just think that the positioning that you have to put yourself in isn't the most ideal. You are purely targeting and concentrating on the bicep, which is the whole point of it. It's not a bad exercise, especially if you're trying to specifically target that muscle. Easy bar, I was always a big fan of. There's a lot of different things that you can do with it as well, and I just find that I get more bicep activation out of it. By a slight edge, I'm going to say the easy bar. I just think posture-wise, position-wise, it's better, like, you know, on the body. And overall, I think you can still target more of the bicep curl, more of the bicep versus the concentration.
I don't know if I necessarily agree that the easy bar curl is going to target the bicep more, just because with the concentration curl, you are able to do more supination, which activates the bicep a lot. However, I do agree with you in that the positioning isn't very good. You're slouched over. If you get a heavy weight, you could hurt yourself. I don't necessarily think you will, but it's possible, more so with the concentration curl than with the easy bar curl. So I still think, as far as score, I'm going to keep it somewhat close, but I think it's not as close as our last one. I think I'm going to go with 10 for the easy bar curl and a 7 for the concentration curl. What do you think about that?
I agree. Again, concentration curl, it's not bad. The positioning, the posture of it, the risk of injury, not only on the back, but also like with that kind of heavy tension, you can do a lot of weight in there. And then that's going to riskily tear my bicep. Kind of scares me.
That's fair. That's very fair. So, yep, we'll stick with it. Easy bar curl wins that one. And we'll go right into the next. Dumbbell preacher curl versus cable curls with a rope.
I knew you were going to do these to me. I don't want to knock out the one. It's not even my choice, but you better pick the right one. I'm going to be mad at you.
Now, dumbbell preacher curls, if you want to isolate the biceps, are fantastic. I know for some reason I always heard that when you get full elbow extension with the preacher curls, you have a possibility of tearing your bicep tendon. I mean, it is possible, but I don't think it's as likely as people think it is. As far as cable curls with the rope, sort of a similar idea as with the hammer curls. You're going to be doing a lot of just neutral grip, maybe not as much supination. So you're not going to, in my mind, get as much biceps activation as the dumbbell preacher curl. So I'm going to have to give the edge to the dumbbell preacher curl on this one just for that reason. It's the Bicepathon. We want biceps activation. You get more with the bicep or dumbbell preacher curl.
Thank God. I mean, good pick. Yeah, great. I would agree. And I would give this one an edge towards the preacher curl as well. Honestly, I would say 10 for the preacher curl and maybe a 6 for the cable curls, if you agree with that.
I do. Same reason as the hammer curl. The cable curls with the rope just isn't a lot of biceps activation. I mean, you can do it with supination, but then it's just sort of awkward. You're in a weird position on the rope. Like, I'd much rather just
Yeah,
do a dumbbell preacher curl, really bang out my biceps, baby.
I agree. Bang them out.
All right, sir. The chin up versus the machine bicep curl. What a doozy.
I don't do chin ups in the gym. I'll do pull ups, but I don't do chin ups in the gym. I'll do a reverse grip lat pull down, like old Arnold style way, before I do a chin up. Most likely, they're not bad. It's just risk reward. I'm like, I'd rather do a pull up. I'm honestly gonna say the machine bicep curl.
Sir, will you ever do a machine bicep curl in the gym either?
This one's gonna probably get knocked out next round. I don't really like either of these exercises from my biceps. Chin up, I just find there's other exercises, and plus the risk reward. You're putting your body weight tension through your bicep if you're specifically targeting it. I mean, if we're talking risk of muscle tears, maybe, but also you're gonna get flat activation. You're gonna get a lot of other things. At least with the machine bicep curl, you're targeting the specific muscle that we want in the Bicepathon. I don't think it wins by much. I think it's a 10-9 scenario, but
Yeah,
I think slight edge.
it's tough. They both sort of have their negatives. Machine bicep curl just puts you in a range of motion that you might not always be perfect with, just based off of our levers in our body. Chin ups, I like them for biceps. I do hear what you're saying. They activate a lot of other things, but because you put so much of your whole body weight through your biceps, it is a good way to get them stronger, and it can get them bigger
It's
as
true.
well. Honestly, I'm sort of up in the air with it. I think because I'm up in the air and you're going with machine bicep curl, we just got to stick with machine bicep curl. Like you said,
I'd say 10-9.
yeah, it's such a close margin that I really can't say, like, oh, it's definitely one more than the other.
For a split second, when you pop those up, I first jumped to chin up, and I'm like, but when I'm thinking bicep, I'm like, there's just other exercise. If I specifically want to do bicep, I've done the machine curl before when I'm like, all right, at the end of my workout, I need to do something that's going to murder my arms in the last second. It's like, let's go lightweight machine bicep curls and just like hold slow and like eccentric, and it just, it gets them.
Mm-hmm. So we will go right into single arm cable curl versus cable curls with the bar. So, do you get what I mean by the bar? It's just a little straight bar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is this
Now, is it this, or you can use that curvy one. Is that curvy one okay?
No, it's a straight bar.
Oh. All right. I know my winner for this one, but save you.
Sir, it's your turn.
It's
your turn.
Sir. No, I just did the last one with the chin-ups.
You did, sir? What, am I losing it? All right, whatever. Yeah, so single arm cable curl versus cable curls with bicep with the bar, specifically straight bar, which is what I was thinking. If you go by Jeff Nippard, he loves the single arm cable curl. That stretch you get on that bicep is so good. And you know what? He's right. It's a great exercise compared to the cable curls with the straight bar. Cable curls straight.
You made me nervous. I was just like, wow, we're gonna get a hater on this one. We don't need that. But yeah, he is right. It is the better one. I agree with him.
Yeah, you got a real good stretch on the bicep. You are gonna just single out on that bicep, and you're gonna be able to progress it very easily. Cable curls with the bar, similar to with a barbell. I just don't like the wrist position. The elbow position never feels comfortable to me. So I will always go with the single arm cable curl. To me, it's sort of it's a fair win. Maybe not the biggest one. I would say maybe like 10-8, 10-7.
I'd say 10-7, but I wouldn't be mad with 10-8 either.
Yeah, because the cable curls with the bar are pretty good. I do them sometimes. Yeah, actually, yeah, 7. I think I like 7 a little bit more now that you say it.
The cable curls, like I'll do them, but I like that easy bar a little bit more. Like almost it looks like a lat pull down bar, but.
Mm-hmm. All right, where's our winner? I just did this.
Why'd you do this?
We did not do this, sir. This is you.
Both
Oh.
ones I love paired against each other in battle. But honestly, this is an easy one. There's one that's more superior to the other. There's one that's gonna, risk more injury compared to the other, and there's one that's just, it's more comfortable. It just makes sense because why are we gonna do an exercise that's uncomfortable when we can do an exercise that's also just as good, if not better, and makes you feel comfortable? So with that being said, I am going to pick the easy bar preacher curl over the barbell preacher curl, but it's very close. I do love both of these. I'd say it's at least a 10-8.
Yeah, I would agree with the 10-8. I agree with everything you said. One of them is just, to me, a little bit better. Better positioning, less pain. I'll take it. Now, our last and final match of the first round. The spider curl and the Zotman curl. Now, if you don't know, the Zotman curl is when you do curls with your palms down. And I'm having the biggest brain fart of my life because I forget what the spider curl is. Sir, talk about it.
You're gonna make me Google it on camera right now because I definitely just did that real quick because I couldn't remember. And it's when you're laying face down on one of the benches and you curl it up that way.
Yes, that's what it is. So on an incline, you're just doing a curl. Could be with a barbell, with an easy bar or with an easy bar, or with a dumbbell. I forgot to specify, so you can put them all in there.
Just in general, spider curl. This one's all you though. What you picking?
The Zotman curl doesn't do a lot of biceps. Or, I mean, it does a little bit, but not nearly as much as the spider curl. I'm going to go right for the spider curl.
I would agree. We want one pump to rule them all, and that one wouldn't get us the bicep pump that we need.
And honestly, sir, I'm going to make this a absolute blowout and say like 10-4.
Yeah, I would agree with that. This is the arms race. It's the true Armageddon. I'm having too much fun with that title.
And honestly, I only put Zotman because I was running out of ideas.
That's basically like, all right, you could have put tricep extension. I'd be like,
yeah, that wouldn't work. Now, for everybody watching,
that is round one.
Yes, we are done with round one. So far, thank you for watching. And we will get back next week with the next one. All right.